message because literally I was doing errands, and while I was doing the errands, I had came in contact with somebody. I was I had put a message, a quick message out, and it was in regards to something else. But basically, like the other day, I had the urge to like get up early in the morning and go do something very, very like early in the morning, and I'm just like, all right. So I went to go do so, and I seen somebody I know of. I'm not really like in close proximity with, like knowing fully. I just knew somebody I knew of, and he kind of like spooked me, like, cause he just came out of nowhere, and I'm just like, hi. He was like, hey, and I'm like, all right, whatever. And then I seen him again today, and literally after I seen him, yeah. So literally after I seen him, I just kept hearing it's about to go down. Like it's about to go down. I don't know what that is in regards to, but it's about to go down. Now, so I'm listening to this message, from one of my favorite readers, and it kind of correlated something for me to start thinking about something else. And it was three different instances, actually four, that all coincide in regards to that message and what I'm about to let y'all know about today in this channel message. All right. Channel, like the overall theme for this channel message is for your protection. You know when people come, like especially like parental figures, mother, father figures, they'll be like, "It's for your protection. It's for your protection." And sometimes, for the most part, my stomach kind of like, I don't know, it's something about a mother figure. So usually, when a parent of any sort, whether biological or not biological, comes to you and when I say, oh my gosh, anyways, when they come to you and they be like, it's for your protection, usually in good merit, it is for your protection. But there's some people that come to you, and some people can remember from the adolescence where a parental figure of some sort, any sort, was like, it's for your protection, and you didn't believe shit they was talking about in regard to that. You was just like, yeah, no, you're trying to protect yourself. Now, the first topic I'm going to talk about in regards to this channel message is a particular dream I had, and I've narrated this. You literally, it ain't even been, you literally just came into the chat and you already got something to say, a whole paragraph. I don't know how you just did that, but all right. Listen. Literally, I promise you, this person has not been on the chat for 2 minutes. Like, this person literally came in a few seconds ago, already got a whole paragraph talking about wizards and shit. Aren't wizards men? Then somebody put the popcorn emoji. It, like, I'm telling you, shit is about to go down. 19 people in the chat. Listen up. Overall message is for your protection. Now, there's a previous Dreamcatcher message that I did. I did parts and pieces in regards to prophetically what it meant, but today is where I figured out why it all coincides. Now, guess who back? I just got a message back again. I don't know what Eminem has to do with anything. Take that message how it resonates. I see somebody just comment in the comment section. I didn't read the whole paragraph. Maybe I'll get to it. It's the same person talking about wizards, and I'm a whole female. Ignorance is not bliss for that person. Now, the word they use is abyss, and it's so funny because earlier today is like, that trend they got, and this is funny because I've been talking about Beyonce and the Scorpio moon. Like that trend they got on TikTok right now where they like don't judge because it could be you. And then like you have Beyonce playing in the background with that jealous song, and I think that's super wild that she got y'all singing a song that's named Jealous, and that's so funny. Um, I had seen something like that earlier today, and it was just so funny. You know what? Let me not get distracted. So the first dream I'm going to talk about for this dream catcher message I've talked about on the channel, right? I knew the whole theme of the dream had to be in regards to somebody doing something unjust. So it could be like that Aries embodiment or somebody unevolved Aries or like prominent placement. Oh, that's what I was about to talk about because that guy mentioned something about abyss in that paragraph he just wrote in the comment section. I'll get back to it maybe, to maybe see what you got was talking about. But I didn't really like what you said the first time. So this morning I woke up and I was just like, how can I beef with a bitch who name means they drowning. Like I was like, ain't no way. And it really don't mean anything. But anyways, so the dream won because at first I'm like, all right, there was three scenarios that was happening, but then I realized it wasn't three scenarios, it was four scenarios, and that comes into the title message for your protection. All right. So the first thing we're gonna talk about. Look at asking where I got that hat from. Like this had nothing to do with what I'm talking about. Anyways, but nigga, I will turn off the comment section. Stop playing me now. The first dream. The first dream. So we're gonna use dream one, scenario one. Trust your intuition. How you feel so about the scenario? Like I said, when I first had the dream, I knew something unjust was gonna be done because where the dream took place, there were like authoritative buildings, government buildings, authoritative buildings. I wouldn't really say government, but like federal buildings, government buildings, like libraries and stuff like, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't in the front of the location; it was behind the location. So like, if it's a what's authoritative figures? Taurus, Libra, Aquarius. It would be like the opposite of that. So what opposite? So we're talking about something somebody did. So this would be a Scorpio, a Aries, Taurus, Libra. Yeah, Scorpio, Aries, and a Leo. Those are the perpetrators right there. That could be the overall embodiment sign of the said person where the negative intent was coming from. Or in regards to what negativity they were trying to send your way. Now, also I wrote my notes, something about leaving people in scenarios that no longer serve you or, I receive it. And that's what the dream was kind of talking about. Now, let's talk about how the dream starts off. The dream starts off, mind you, I had this dream. When did I have this dream? I had this dream a few years ago, mind you. So the dream starts off, I'm at my previous ex, like I was the second best friend I ever had. The first best friend I had was a Virgo. The second best friend I had was a Aquarius, and she was Haitian. All right, we're gonna get into that. Is that because that's so significant? So my second best friend was Haitian, and she's Aquarius. So in the dream, mind you, I haven't talked to her in years. In the dream, I'm at her backyard. I'm not on the location. I'm outside the location of her backyard, and I'm just viewing what's going on. So I knew something was up because first and foremost, I also know that her relatives that lived at that location are into root work. All right, and I have my own previous scenario with her that's not the best. So let's start with that because for y'all to understand where I'm coming from and this to correlate in a certain type of way, you're gonna understand. So I used to have this Aquarius best friend in my adolescence. She's Haitian. Not to be stereotypical, let's be for real. So not then did I know she was into spell work, but I mean her, not her, but her relatives were into spell work. But to each his own. As I got older, I realized, oh, they do root work. So this person said in the comment section, sorry. This nigga name in the comment section is talking all this shit. Is saying, oh, his avatar name is, oh no, dad's not coming home. Where you live in Voorhees? Because you listen to the other channel message. The nigga just came in here talking about Kodak Black. I spoke about him briefly in another channel message, but yeah. Anywho, I was thinking about Future the other day, honestly, because I was just like, dang, like people really, isn't like as far as his music and stuff like that. I understand it's pretty good, but like y'all be like in regards to role models, like Future should not be nobody role model in regards to real life because he got the money. Future supposedly had the money to take care of all them kids. He got like 10 plus kids or whatever the case may be. No shade to them and his family, but like he's like past the age of 50. Like no wife. Future got no wife. His name Future, by the way. Name Future. He got no wife. This man is Haitian. He said you gotta be a RN. That is an inside joke because I know what I know. All right. Future is like around the age 50 or more. He Haitian. He got multiple kids, no wife. Ain't no way y'all gonna tell me this Haitian man don't don't got the ability to have like just to settle down. It's like someone did root work on him, just like someone did root work on Kodak. Like I'm not playing with y'all because ain't no way unless there's another scenario. And I don't want to get to that. Now, and be a young boy. Now, yeah, God saying around the money. Something about it's not everybody, but something about specific men in the industry that wear earrings. They might be in the comment section right now. Like I said, nothing against like the creativity. Now back to this dream because we gotta get into it. God saying like there's certain people in the comment section trying to distract me, and you'll be punished for that. But anywho, dream one. So God saying trust your intuition about the dream. So back to this Aquarius Haitian friend I used to have. So one of the main reason why I stopped being friends or she stopped being friends with me in my adolescence was because first and foremost, one of the things I noticed about her when we were friends were that she was an Aquarius. I didn't know nothing. I didn't know shit about astrology back then, mind you. But I also knew like Aquariuses. I didn't even know nothing about Aquariuses back then. But I knew as an Aquarius, like what I seen in other Aquariuses back then is that like, and it's not everybody. And I think it's the weirdest thing ever. Aquariuses. I don't. Aquariuses back then, what I perceived from the people I had came in contact with, is that they weren't original as shit. It's like Aquariuses when I was growing up, I would see Aquariuses see somebody else. Yo, the nigga in the comment section retracted 3 messages. What are you doing? As soon as I said, "Oh, you're gonna be punished for that," now this nigga retracted messages in the comment section. Channel message. Anyways, so I noticed like the Aquariuses I came in contact with in my adolescence, they lacked originality. It's like they were waiting for somebody to tell them what was trending so they can go do the trending thing, so on and so forth. And I was never really like that. I like to do my own thing. What I also noticed about that Aquarius is that I don't know, like so let's say, all right, when growing up I got a lot of attention from, the opposite gender. And the Aquarius bestie that I had, it's like she would have the newest name brand clothing. Her hair was like long like the white girls. Excuse me, Caucasian women. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, but like I'm heterosexual, mind you. Her face, she might have had a little bit of a butter face going on, all right? No shade. And for me to keep attracting the men that I was attracting, and I would never attract like no rando. I would attract like, prominent people. Like I remember there was, all right, so this is why I'm not friends with the Aquarius female in adolescence. Online they used to have this thing where you can get, first of all, it's type fucked up that kids was doing this, but like you can get married to people online and y'all not married in real life, but it's like, oh, you was either dating them or whatever the case may be. So I was online dating at a young age and was talking to this popular guy from this really prominent and popular school. He went to all boys like charter school, whatever like that. Very popular, and it's so interesting because like I was saying, like the Aquarius, she would have the name brand stuff, all new clothes and stuff like that, and like she was popular around her friend groups and stuff like that. Outside of me, it's like all the stuff that she wanted for herself was kind of emulated in that guy that I was dating back in the day. Now, I'm very sure I let that friend of mine know that I was like dating this guy online from a different school. I'm very sure we've had conversations about it. Now, that Aquarius friend, we did not go to the same schools. And before I went to a particular school, she had dropped off all her previous friends to me to befriend because she was like, I'm going to this more prominent school and I can't be around my friends. So here are my friends from my other school and they're going to be at your school. And, I'm thinking, all right, so like, I'll be friends with them and they're still in connection with you. So we're all going to be friends. I'm thinking that. Mm-mm-mm. When I say the friend group she had, terrible, terrible people. Not everybody, but terrible, terrible freaking people. For the most part, not all of them, but majority of them, like, it was giving Mean Girls. And if you watch this previous message, it's something in regards to that. So she had mean girlfriends, and then like she just gave me her mean girlfriends, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And the mean girlfriends were kind of mean and kind of like standoffish to me at first when she dumped them off for me. But they all of a sudden wanted to be my bestie because somebody ran up to me in the class, like before I went to class one day. They're like, "Is it true? Are you dating such and such?" Mind you, just that the person I was dating online for the most part went to an all boys charter school. This is my adolescence previously. Like the guy I was dating was like when in my teenage years. Went to an all guys charter school. And then so for somebody to come up to me like, is it true you're dating him? I'm like, like, why? Like, what do you want to know? Like, I'm like, yeah, but like, why? He was like, oh my God. And the whole Mean Girl group then befriended me in that moment. And they were so happy and they want to gossip and talk about how it was impressive, basically that I was dating this particular guy. And I'm just like, what else to them, you know? So I was dating that guy, but then like something happened. He said something weird to me. He said something weird to me, and I knew back then, trust your discernment. So I trusted my discernment. I didn't talk to him no more. I didn't really talk to nobody about it. I just probably like unmarried the guy on the social media website and then went about my business. But I had like this long term, previously this long term on again off again relationship with this other guy that was an Aquarius. Mind you, the same zodiac sign of the bestie I had that was going to a different school. So all I must say is, in regards to sexual assault, some shit that went down. And the first and it wasn't the first scenario. All right. So like I don't know why you could say Stockholm syndrome, whatever you want to say, but like the first scenario happened. I had to talk about it because of how things had happened and transpired. I had to talk about it not only with my Aquarius friend bestie at the time. I had to talk about it in front of her family, not my family. I had to talk about it in front of her family about sexual assault or whatever the case may be. And I thought I was handling it pretty good. And they kind of was like body shaming me or whatever the case may be. And that is effed up. But you know, I did what I do, chin up, went on about my life. Now I was dating the popular guy. Things were looking up for me for a reason. Ended up going back to the Stockholm syndrome Aquarius relationship previously, not now. And the assault happened again. So the first thing I'm thinking, you know, at Alice and mine previously, I went to go talk to the Aquarius Bessie that I was cool with. When I went to go tell her about it, I remember like out tears, snot bubbles in my eye. This not somebody I ever like really cried in front of for real. Maybe like maybe one additional time I probably cried in front of her. But like, God forbid on my life. God forbid. God forbid. And I'm doing all like I'm explaining her what happened. What should I do? I need some advice. This bitch gonna pull out her phone. Look at me in disgust. God forbid on my life. And this bitch gonna ask me, so when were you gonna tell me you was dating Jordan? What? Mind you, that's not the Aquarius person name or none of that. So she's like, when you gonna tell me you dating Jordan? You know I like him. You know I've been had a crush on him. Mind you, this bitch go to a different school. I wasn't seeing her as often. I already told her about this nigga I was online dating. Bitch, what the fuck is you talking about? Now, I just kind of looked at her like, are you serious? Are you dead ass? You dumb bitch. And that was like the end of our friendship because I was like, you like that was like so distasteful. The fact that like she just lied like that. The fact that she felt like I was taking something from her. Meanwhile, in all actuality, somebody had taken my innocence. So I'm just like, what the fuck? Are you crazy? So like, God forbid my life. So you know, I stopped being friends with the crazy woman. Now henceforth, going back to this dream, I'm having the dream. The dream starts off. I'm at my Aquarius female friend from adolescence home. She's Haitian, mind you. Mind you, as I got older, now I know like her relatives are into root work, right? Now, what happens? So I'm like, all right, maybe something about Aquarius environment, maybe about a celebrity or prediction about somebody who Haitian. I'm like, or some sort of root work or hoodoo, something going on, right? I'm like, I'm watching a dream. Mind you, I'm not in the environment. So there's something going on outside of me. So I'm like, all right, bet, what's going on? All right, I forgot to mention one more thing. Another reason why I'm not friends with the Aquarius female, right? That I used to be best friends with, that's Haitian. After that experience, and I no longer wanted to be friends with her no more. I stopped talking to her. And then one day, cause like my relatives knew we was like besties, and she's like, I'll be welcomed into her house. She'd be welcomed to my house. No longer, bitch. Like this bitch. So I guess they walk like she was walking in my house. She came in there. First of all, who the fuck you think you is to on this type time energy came in my room like she had a problem with, she had tried to come up in my house like she had a problem with me. She like she's like, I know you stole my brush. Give me my brush back. Huh? Where like and what like I ain't never shared like beauty products with the guy said leave it alone. And that's what basically I told her I ain't never take her brush. It wasn't her brush. I knew for a fact it wasn't her brush. She tried to take my brush anyways. I was so confused. I let the shit happen. I mean, overall, it worked out because, all right. So a couple weeks ago, right? Mind you, I haven't talked to her in years. A couple weeks ago, her grandma passed away and left her uncle there. Now her grandma was there the day I had to talk in front of her family about this sexual assault claim, right? And then another scenario was going on in the background, but like, but so like, and it was so interesting because I overheard that her relative had passed away, her grandma, whatever the case may be. I wasn't thinking too hard about it. It was like, dang, but it's just like, bitch, I don't fuck with you, so whatever. Um, sorry, not sorry. And I just remember after somebody told me that, I had came out my home. I had to go do an errand or something like that, and like it was the grandpa, like he had all these men with him, and they was like taking a walk down the street, and he just looked so distraught. And this nigga just looked at me like, yo, like I don't want to say like, oh, you got something to do with it. He just looked at me like, not like you got something to do with it. He looked at me like, damn, bitch, I know you're the way he looked at me. He's like, damn, bitch, I know you the reason why this bitch done passed away. I'm just like, ain't no way. Damn, somebody home going through hellfire. God forbid my life. And I'm smelling also popcorn and all types of like, if you know, you know. So like, going back to the dream. All right. So I'm looking at the dream narration. This previous friend backyard, whatever the case would be. Ironically, another one of my previous friends that's a Virgo, or was a Virgo, whatever the case would be. She was a Virgo. She was at the dream, and although I know all right, so the Aquarius does have a basement in their home. This previous friend of mine, but in the dream it was narrated like they had one of those open door sheds into the basement type shit, and I know she does not have one of those in that home. So I'm just like, this must be something else. So I see another one of my friends that I had made friends after her. She's a Virgo, and she was running towards the basement. Mind you, I had another dream where there was that same scenario next to an elevator. Ooh. Woo, you got an ex-lover going through hell. This nigga probably burning. Fuck out of here. Do not bind me to your shit. Now, anywho's. So in the dream, she ran towards there, was going down towards the basement. She's like, I didn't see nobody else in the dream. This bitch, this previous friend of mine, the Virgo, she running towards the basement of my ex-friend's home. So I just correlated like, all right, that previous friend that I'm no longer friends with, that I know now wasn't a good friend. She had the same issues with me previously, the same way that this previous Aquarius friend that I had. And was even referencing some sort of root work or hoodoo or voodoo this bitch was doing. So She running towards the basement. I ain't see nobody else in the dream. She talking about, come on guys, I bought Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut. Now I took that as two different ways because either you know, you know. I'ma say YouTube. But I'm not saying Pizza Hut for YouTube. I'm just saying YouTube. YouTube. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. If you don't, disregard it. Then the other correlation with Pizza Hut is like spell work being done, like a mother figure or Virgo, something to that extent. Mother figures would be Virgo, Capricorn, Pisces, and Cancer. One of those problem placements, embodiments of a person was trying to do spell work to, your genitalia. That's all I'm saying. Because I mentioned in the previous message about using like the Drake example. You know what I'm saying? And the Drake not doing that to me. I need y'all doing that right now. Now, that basement reference was in, like, that dream was like a year or 2 years before, her grandmother, that Aquarius previous friend of mine, grandmother passed away. You understand? So like it was like a warning. Mind you, I said that Virgo previous friend of mine was running toward the basement, and I was like, I kept hearing today, it's about to go down. Basement. Friday the 13th, and guess who playing? Anywho's. So when I heard, hold on, 11% on the battery. Like, and mind you, this message has something to do about salt. Not on me. Not on me. God have mercy. Now, literally, while I'm doing this message, once I start talking about this, like literally, something like is like burning. It's not me. Like somebody's cooking some shit up, and it's like somebody like this is the second time of cancer placement. Not me. Like try to set that home on fire. Now I ain't even hold you. I've been getting chill messages about people setting homes on fire, sending establishments on fire to collect like insurance money. But I just ain't been saying nothing about it. God forbid my life. Now what I'm about to say is, remember I was saying like the previous Virgo friend in the dream, she was running towards the basement, and I had another dream where I seen that same reference, and it was hot, on fire. If you would have touched the basement door shed thingy, you would have burnt your hand off. I even seen a movie recently, or it was a TV show or something. It was a TV show or a movie. I don't remember either or, on Netflix, and like it was like this social experiment / Ponzi scheme that this woman did, because she had like a whole backstory as to why. But like in the show, basically she had trapped a whole bunch of rich people in a bunker, and was doing things with special effects and stuff like that to get people to believe that they was in danger. She convinced people like it was like about to be like the end of the world type shit going on, and then got them in them bunkers, and then like was using imagery to make them think that like it was really going down. And one part, she had these paid actors pretend like he had burned his hand off because like the air level was like fucked up. I was just like, what the fuck? Like, so this is just telling you the extent somebody would go to in regards of causing illusions so that you can think something's going on and it really ain't the fuck going down. Now it might be happening to them because they just projecting too much negativity, but it's not happening to you. It's just an illusion. Now, that Pizza Hut reference, because the Virgo previous friend that was running in the dream towards the basement, that hot ass basement, she kept saying, "Come on, guys, there's Pizza Hut." Mind you, I didn't see nobody else in that dream at that point in time. So like, Pizza Hut is like, I felt like that was like a key word in regards of there. Like, I'll say is when I was in church in adolescence, I had this Sunday school teacher, very 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 much Caucasian, this man, and he's the first person who actually introduced me to Pizza Hut, because he got like the variety size pack Pizza Hut We got the breadsticks and the cheese sticks and yeah. So I didn't know that was a thing that like people was eating Pizza Hut. Like you know what I'm saying. So like something about a Caucasian man, possible witchcraft. It don't gotta be him. You know what I'm saying. But I'm just saying a Caucasian man. Something about so what we named so far: Aquarius, Aquarius, Virgo. Basement would be Capricorn, witchcraft. We and I understand it now. I understand why now that came up. Witchcraft and something in regard to projection onto like genitalia or causing sickness and stuff like that. Somebody was dibbling dabbling that because they just so hateful, so mad that they not you. Rubbish, back to center, dumb bitch. Now I also had a dream where I was going through some information. It looked like I was in the Vatican pulling files and stuff like that. And somebody was screaming. It was a man's voice. He's like, "Stop fucking with Christopher Columbus." It's interesting because like I'm gonna get into I'm gonna say is I have met somebody with a similar name, and the nigga speak English. Don't get me wrong, the nigga speak English. But when I was dating a particular person, he decided when he was around me he wouldn't speak English. And I felt like, that's where I got to see that a connotation where people don't like when people speak other languages in front of them and they don't understand it. Like I got to see firsthand that shit don't feel too good. But like when he was saying what he was saying, but like God was telling me he didn't say nothing bad, but it wasn't the best thing he could possibly say while he was in the room. So I was like, all right, cool. So, mind you, today is November 11th, 2025. 13 is a very significant freaking number. That's when a whole bunch of wild, crazy shit be going on. God forbid on my life, unless it's crazy good. Now, what happened next part of the dream, right? The next part of the dream, like the woman, like it's like after she was like, "Come on, guys, I got Pizza Hut." It's like in my discernment, I'm like, "Bitch, I don't want no fucking Pizza Hut." I don't want. I'm like, I don't want that shit. What about my business? Start walking now. And the movement of where I was going towards in the dream was behind like these legal buildings, like the courthouse and everything like that. But it wasn't in the front, it was in the behind. So it was like somebody was trying to do something unjust as fuck. As I'm saying, it's like this red orb just tried to pop up, and it's like, bitch. It could be raw, I raw, so not bitch, but you know what I'm saying. But if it's a negative intent, I will be good. You know, just gotta be sure. So like going towards there behind the courthouse and stuff like that. See a white car pull up. White car pull up. White car don't got nothing to do with me. Literally, it's like I'm on a mission. I'm like, it's like I gotta go somewhere. I got to. So it could be like maybe in a dream I seen somebody was doing like either root work, hoodoo, voodoo, witchcraft, or something like that, trying to project that onto me. And I said, "Bitch, where the fuck you at? Where the fuck you at?" I was turned up in that dream. I wasn't paying attention to nobody else. After I heard, "Come on, guys, I got Pizza Hut." I said, "What?" I'm just going. I'm just going. I'm just going. I'm like, where you at? Where you at? I was trying to find him. I was trying to find him in the dream state. So like, while I'm trying to find him in the dream state, this car pull up, white car. I'm gonna get to why that white car is so significant. So white car come, and then all these people out of nowhere get into the white car, and they just they go smooth they smooth driving the direction of the Pizza Hut, bitch. I'm like, ah. So that just went to show me how many people got affected by just this one or two, possibly three people that was like trying. So like, let's say this like this, right? You come in contact with somebody, whether you know or unbeknownst to you, they wishing you a whole bunch of negativity, right? Even to the fact of possibly doing divination or witchcraft or whatever you want to call it, hoodoo, voodoo, whatever, right? You peep that shit. That negative projection don't hit you because you use your discernment and you leave that person that no longer serves you because obviously they don't serve God doing some shit like that, right? You leave, but you might come in contact with a few people, whatever the case may be. And this is where I was talking about in the previous message. It's like somebody wants you to be isolated because if you isolated, people not going to be able to recognize the same theme that they did with you on them. So like these people like pulled up in the car at first, and it was this white vehicle. Now white is in regards of protection, purity. All right, usually. So this car pull up is majority of it was guys. So all these guys get up into this car, the white car, and then they start driving direction of the Pizza Hut, bitch. And I'm just like, oh, Dang. So like people could have been affected by something somebody tried to do to you just by getting in contact with you, but the whole time it wasn't you putting out the negative intent. This person wanted people to think that you was the one doing the negative intent. Whole time they behind the scenes doing this. Anywho's, 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 and then like you gotta think about that white car being packed full of people. When I'm saying it was more than 10 people that got into that vehicle, just one vehicle, and it's not like a tour bus or anything like that. So it's like it gives that clown car reference. It gives that stereotype of that Mexican stereotype or even minority stereotype that y'all get packed up into cars and stuff. I'm saying y'all, but I'm a minority. Like you know what I'm saying. So I'm like, this is somebody who probably racist and so of some sort, and they could be like the same ethnic race as you or of some sorts or kinds. And it's like, what? So you got an Uncle Ruckus. You got an Uncle Ruckus type of bitch or a nigga that was trying to project negativity onto you and the people you came around. And the crazy thing is, the wild thing is, you be around they people too. Like this is like somebody who come and befriend you and wish you negativity, and then the negativity is not only trying to project onto you, but the people they around, and they looking like it's not me, it's that person, and then you fucking leave, but the problem's still occurring, and it's like, all right, you said it was that person, they left, so who is it really? And how the fuck you know it was? This person is like this enemy of yours is catching themselves up, and people are realizing, oh my goodness. Now, let me tell you why the white car was significant. Because I literally had this dream like 1, 2, 3 years ago, wherever the case may be. Like, so now it's 1, 2, 3 years late. Like, now in the present, I meet somebody who had the profile picture Abby standing next to a white car, and that nigga is also sexually defiant. All right, I had an unfortunately for me previously. Well, fortunately for me, obviously, because I can get compensated off the scenario. But neither here nor there. That person was another person who was trying to project negativity because of. Neither here nor there. I'm gonna just leave it alone. So like, towards the end of the dream, I find the person. I find the person who was doing all the like negative projection and shit like that. So when I find the person, before I get to the person, I notice that there's this tall man. I can't really recognize him because he's tall. I'm thinking like one of my ex-lovers that's pretty tall, whatever the case would be. But he didn't look like him, but I knew kind of like this kind of similar. Now this tall man is named Malcolm. I've met a Malcolm before. Malcolm. Now, Malcolm, this man in the dream, this tall man in the dream, he looked worried and scared for this woman that I was about to approach. Malcolm also not saying shit. I said Michael. God, God, please. All right. Malcolm also looks like he knows what I'm about to do to this woman. All right. So I looked up what Malcolm meant, but I don't remember. But like, Malcolm is somebody I used to work with, right? It wasn't the person depicted in the dream, but the name. I used to work with this Malcolm. This Malcolm was a very bright kid, excellent hospitality, customer service. Malcolm had dreams to. Oh my gosh. Malcolm had. Why am I sounding like I'm doing like a eulogy or some shit? God forbid. Malcolm had dreams to become a public speaker. Malcolm had the means to be a public speaker. When I tell you, after I worked at that 9 to 5 years ago, and I met him again previously a few years ago, and he became a hood nigga, I was so like, not Malcolm. Malcolm, Malcolm, Malcolm was trying to steal iPads, and Malcolm was making a living doing hood nigga shit. And I'm just like, not Malcolm that wanted to be the public speaker. Not Malcolm that I envisioned to do good and great things. So I'm like, ain't no way. And in a sense, that's kind of like the projection this person wanted you to have. It was like this person knew, or when they knew you, that you was going to be this great person. You had a lot of success ahead of you, and they kind of wanted to do something. It could have been divination or anything else for that in regards to that, where they wanted to put you at a level where you would be that hood nigga that don't amount to shit, that just doing bad. Like, how you go from being a prophetic, prophilic public speaker to being like on the streets scrapping for like crumbs. Like, I'm just like, ain't no way. So anyways, in the dream, Malcolm like looking like, yeah, I ain't gonna say nothing. And that could also be that like somebody was wishing that intent on you, and then it happened to them, and it could be specifically a man, a tall man at that. Now, fast forward. In the dream, I get up to the person. Now, there's a woman, and she's named Imani. I'm not gonna say anything else about that because Imani is of Muslim descent in regards to. I'm not gonna. Let me not say from Muslim descent. I'm gonna say the female name was Imani, and she was talking shit in the dream. All right. So all that shit that was going on because somebody might not have been doing divination. All right. They might not have been doing hoodoo, voodoo, all that stuff like that. They just used that unevolved Aries embodiment to speak negativity into your life, and words can be produced as spells. So when somebody was speaking negativity into your life and things was manifesting in the physical for you, you was trying to figure out where that shit was coming from. This is like, it's like somebody talking shit about you, and then somebody go tell them like, oh, this the person that was talking shit about you, and then you go and find them. Now in the dream, like I was saying, I was trying to pinpoint where the divination was coming from. The whoever was doing all this witchcraft, hoodoo, voodoo stuff. So like, I get to the end of the dream. Now, the location of the dream is so significant. All right, Imani could be like in regards to like maybe some their belief practices. It could be Muslim, right? This bitch was talking shit. I just grabbed her up, yoked her like by her throat, was choking her. I'm just choking her both hands in the dream state, right? Not that I would do that in real life. Now, right now, the location was very significant because like I had unfortunately back then, but fortunately for me now, I had a assault happen near where she was, near this library and vicinity. So I'm like, all right, abuse has a big theme to do with why this person's talking shit. Somebody could have abused you in any type of way and then still use their mouth to talk down on you, talk shit about you to any other people. Now, realistically, what I've learned is people who do that is because they don't want to be found out to be an abuser. All right. But I guess life is catching up with them. And all right, so there's something about that song. This is serious. If you ever watch the Backyardigans, like because I was saying in the beginning of the message, it's like it's about to go down. Like this is serious Backyardigans style. So I don't know if you got isn't it about like 5 of them characters? So you might have like about 5 people, or in the dream state, 5 is very significant in regards to messages that you collect from God in regards to what's going on. Just like I'm explaining in this dream, it's like what's gonna happen to your enemy is gonna be seriously bad. Like for whatever they were trying to put in your way in regards of your path of success. That Backyardigans references in regards to this root work. One of the main components about this, whether you or somebody else, whether you do it for protection work or whether they was not doing it for protection work, there is some sort of root work that was done to either protect you or, protect you from your enemies. And all glory be to God on that. So it's 2 women in altercation. What I noticed about this altercation, find a person who was talking shit. One woman was talking shit. Now the other woman came, and now that same person who was talking shit is at a loss of words. This person not all choked up. All right, keep this in mind for what I'm going to tell you in this message. Honestly, now here we go. I didn't know this exact dream was a prediction of something that was going to happen this previous summer. All right. So with everything I just said, keep that in mind because when I get to the actual story of what happened, it's gonna make sense. But it's like God was using these scenarios. It's like how I always say like you learn from experiences and stuff like that. So it's like if I didn't meet that Haitian friend, if I didn't meet that bad Virgo friend previously, I wouldn't know how certain people move in regards to enemies, how they move and how they operate. something about Sagittarius. So Sagittarius about me because I just did a video in regards to Sagittarius. I said Sagittarius prominent placement. It takes them a long time to learn and master one topic because they have to go through experiences. So this is like long time coming. I know I just said this in a previous message. The previous message I just did was supposed to be part one. This was an impromptu message today before I get to that part two, the message I just did. So now, previously dating this guy, right? Starting in 2024. But and let's say when did this shit happen? So like earlier this year in 2025, while dating this said guy, right? Um, let's just say was that before or after the fact? Let's say before a scenario had taken place. I'm not really fond. I was doing business with this one guy, right? But I stopped doing business with him because he's not a good person overall. So, but he's a part of his associates. I'll say his associates in business with these other people and the person I was dating. So the person I was dating seems fairly close to this person, and although I don't like the person, the love interest used to bring me around him. I didn't like it, but it's like, what do I care? You know, if I'm with my love interest, I'm not talk. I don't have to talk to this guy or whatever the case may be. Whatever the case, right? So the love interest started doing some weird stuff, and I was peeping it. But you know, when you be in love, you don't really be like, you see the red flag, but you just choose to like whatever because you never seen God red flag. Anywho, so I was supposed to talk about something specific. Oh, hold up, wait a minute. Hold up, wait a minute, y'all. Turn the lights on. Excuse me. I'm like, come as I am. Now, all right. Before I get to this story time, real quick, let me backtrack just a little bit because God wanted me to do this quick story time. When I first got into spirituality in around 2021, but not until like maybe 2022, God wanted to show me the mind of how the enemy operates. And it was a very unconventional way because it's like God was showing me how niggas do shit in regards to the dark arts, and God was showing me how to do light magic. Light magic, that's my forte. That's my forte. Because that's protection spells and all stuff like that. So when I was researching the dark arts, because like, it said, oops, we forgot something. Message. Um, y'all is funny. So like, when I was researching the dark arts, one of the variations of the dark arts that God was trying to show me is in regards to like I wouldn't say graveyard magic, but I would say something like something to that variation extent because like what he was showing me is like a lot of these people who be doing like not just hoodoo, voodoo, witchcraft, whatever the case may be, any variation of that in regards to the dark arts. A lot of them like to bury shit. All right, he's like they like to bury shit. When I tell you I was digging shit, God would be like, dig some shit up right here. And I'll be like, right here, right here, dig that shit up. I had to found bones, bitch, bones, bitch, like bones, bitch. God was like, don't worry about it. All right, but then, all right. So now back to what I was talking about. So now, I went to like I said, so like I didn't fuck with the other dude I did business with, whatever the case may be. But I had a love interest that, was associate business with him. So he would bring me around him. So he brought me around him this one particular day. I will never forget. All I'm going to say is a conversation that came up. My love interest previously going to ask me if I was willing to participate in a threesome. I told that man. Now, my own personal bias is fuck no. But I was so in love with this man. I told him, I was so in love with this man. I told him, while my answer in the most polite way ever was fuck no. I said, you know what? There could be a possibility once entering marriage that could be a possibility. Then niggas like, why the fuck are you bringing up marriage? I should have laughed in his face, bitch. I was so confused. Like, what the fuck you talking about? But like, it was so funny because this nigga talk about why you talk about marriage. This nigga was looking at his business associate. Like, why you talking about marriage? Like, why are you looking at that other nigga? Like, anywho. But within that conversation, I was trying to explain to him why I'm not into polygamy or of any variation of sorts. I was trying to explain to him why I don't approve of threesomes in a relationship, even in marriage also. And the topic was in regards to pornography. I was telling him, no shade. I was telling him I'm one of them children previously that, found the porn stash. And this is why I am the way I am today, because I discovered a lot of shit too early. And I know a lot of that is really just projection. And he started trying to, I wouldn't say necessarily say trauma bond, but he started trying, like, he said basically he had the same experience. He was actually a child that found his parents' porn stash. But we just had two complete different views about it. Because, threesomes to some men is more of fantasy and more of, in regard of reputation, feeling like the man. And we just stopped the conversation there. He then was very well aware that I was not into threesomes. And the only reason I bring this story up is because after that was made known, he would do malicious shit, meaning he would be with other females, whether sexually or not, but he would what's the word? I want to use the right word. Excuse me. The guy would imply that, the other women that he would be seen with besides me are willing to partake in threesomes. And of course, as much as that, saddened me previously, it opened my eyes to realize, all right, maybe you're not my man. Because my man would never do, my real actual man that God sends me would never pressure me directly or indirectly about sharing him. What? Now, let's go to dream number 2. So I stopped fucking with that nigga at the time, right? So I started fucking with somebody else. I made a joke with him one day. The guy knows I'm a spiritual intuitive. He's very vocal and asks questions in regards to what I do, what I know, what I practice, and I feel like that's very, very mature of him. So I had made a little jokey joke one day. I'm like, you want me to come visit you in your dream or whatever the case may be? And he like, yeah, but he was a little skeptical. But he was like, whatever. He was like playing it off, but he was like, we basically said yes. I'm like, all right. So I do my thing. I get ready. I went to bed. I'm like, yes, we about to have like a lit ass dream, not lit ass dream, but we gonna have like a really good dream. We gonna get to connect. People. It'll be a lot. Ooh, this energy is interesting. I was like, we gonna get to. I was just so excited because I was just like, oh my gosh, he's not technically into what I'm into, but he's not afraid to explore it, and because like I'm like, this about to be fun. This about to be fun, bitch. I was so excited to go to the dream state that freaking day because I was like, yeah, God. Like, I'm like, yeah, we about to see each other on the dream state. I'm like, oh my gosh, I never tried this out. Let's see. Bitch. I went to sleep. I literally closed my eyes, went to sleep, went to the dream state. The first thing I noticed, there was a bathroom, there was a kitchen, and there was a bedroom. Now, that's not the weird thing in the dream. There was a cat coming out the bathroom. There was a cat going into the bedroom, and there was a cat going into the kitchen. Let's narrate from just right there. Now, because I wasn't as knowledgeable about the scenario then, that I am knowledgeable about it now, because I just was talking about this in the message when I was talking about Beyonce and stuff like that. No shade. So I know I've done a message in regards to discernment of cats and dogs, right? So cat is the zodiac embodiment of either and or Virgo and Aries. So I seen the cat coming out the bathroom. Bathroom is that embodiment of Pisces. Kitchen will be embodiment of Taurus. Bedroom in that narration because it looked like my parental bedroom. Mind you, remember what I said about that conversation I had with my ex-lover about me finding this stat correlated. Now, I seen the cat going into the bedroom. I seen the cat leaving the bathroom. I seen the cat going into the kitchen. Kitchen and that Taurus embodiment is in regards to like mana. And I spoke about that with you guys before in regards of the spiritual word of God. Because you cooking something up, God cooking something up for you, right? The word of God. So the word of God. So cat in another dream variation, I seen a cat attack somebody in the dream state, right? So I know that a cat in the unevolved Aries or divination sense is in regards to spiritual attack. So I see this cat leaving out the bathroom. So cat left, and like that could even be in regards to like Pisces embodiment. You know, Pisces has to do with music, fancy, all that type of stuff, right? Then I see the cat going to the kitchen. Now we know that's the word of God. All right, cool, 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 cool. Cat going to the bedroom, but I see something at the bedroom from the point of view. I'm like, what's going on in the bedroom? Why the cat going in there? Went over there by the bedroom. Went over there by the bedroom in the dream state. I don't know if it's like lucid dreaming or what. I think it was lucid dreaming. Yo. So I'm thinking it's about 2 or 3 cats, right? Because I seen one in the bedroom, one in the kitchen, and one coming out the bathroom. So that's 3 cats right there. Communication, connections, Gemini embodiment, lover, loved one, friend, relative, romantic, platonic, and or business partnership, 7th house. All right. I'm like, all right. Get into that freaking bedroom. Now, I need y'all to know the embodiments of that bedroom was Gemini, Aries. Because this is all going to make sense. All right, so as soon as I get to the bedroom, whoopla! Like, whoosh! Like, a black cat. A black cat jumped on top of my freaking body. First of all, black cats are usually relatively lucky. And it's like, I didn't think the cat I don't know the intent of the cat, I can't really say. But I just knew, so something about Sagittarius maybe, because luck and expansion is very significant. This black cat jumped on top of my body, and specifically my upper body region, and was like holding on for dear life, yo. Was holding on for dear life. And anytime I tried to fight the cat over me, this cat claws would try to sink into. God forbid any negativity. I'm thinking it's a bad thing. As I'm doing this, you can't take my destiny. As I'm doing this, my palm right here just start. Like somebody mad. Somebody wanted thumb wrestle. What the fuck? So we're gonna get into it. All right. So the black cat. Every time I was trying to fight the cat off of me, it was like literally like try to sink his claws into me. Like I ain't going nowhere. But I'm like, and it was basically like the cat. The cat couldn't speak. Obviously, the cat was basically like stop fighting this. Stop fighting me off. Like stop fighting me off. And it's just like who the fuck. And then so while the cat is like holding on for dear life, so I stopped fighting the person on. And excuse me. So I stopped fighting the black cat off of me. So it's just staying still on my upper region of my body in the dream state previously. And like I guess my hands was free and stuff like that. And then another cat came out. Now this cat was yellow. What is yellow symbolic of? Your happiness. What did the yellow cat try to do in the dream? The yellow cat started trying to bite the shit out of my thumb. I guess God wanted me to know it was my right hand and not my left hand. Now, in my culture, your right hand is your glory, your success, But the person bit my, like, not the person, the yellow cat bit my thumb. So, first of all, just knowing that the cat was yellow and then it bit me, let's start there. That means somebody who's trying to go against your happiness. Let's start there. God forbid I rebuke it. Now, the cat bit one specific area of my thumb. Now, I am an earth sign. So, my hands are literally a gift from God because my hands is what's used to create, to build. So it could be an earth sign towards Virgo Capricorn, that didn't want me to do that. Now, oh my goodness, that's all I can say. Because if you follow me on my other platforms that don't have to do with the spiritual community, and you've been watching what's been going on, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Because I'm not even going to explain it any further than that. Because, like, if you know, you fucking know. So, bathroom Pisces, bedroom was shown, the word of God in regard, and if you remember what I was talking about that conversation I had with the ex-lover, not the person I was trying to link up with in the dream state. Somebody was using one of your lovers, and this is the most weirdest thing because this is a man doing this, a man child. This man was doing sex magic, so you wouldn't move on from him. It's like maybe this, because this person's going through some issues, but it's like the way I'm seeing it is like domino effect. The way that it just correlated just now, excuse me, it's like the way their issues is going is like they'll go through one issue, then if either they solve it or it comes to an end of that issue, then another issue arrives. Then again, then again, then again, then again. God forbid on my life. Because this person, this man you could have dated is into spirituality of some sort. It could be any of the minority or ethnic groups that I've mentioned earlier in this video. Now, this person, mind you, in the beginning of this dream, like I was saying, God saying, yeah, you on to something. It's a Sagittarius placement. This person could be thinking about you right now, or you've been thinking about them a lot. This person, the sex magic they tried to do to you was a come to me spell. Because in the beginning of the dream, like I said, with them cats and all them different rooms, it kind of lured me into it. You see the come to me spell. So somebody did come to me spell, and you was going to fuck somewhere else. You trying to go to fuck somewhere else. Somebody got a come to me spell on you. Then, when the person realized that the come to me spell was broken because you're going to somebody else, this person tried to double down on some shit. And which then made the come to me spell then abusive or whatever other divination they try to do on you. God forbid on my life. Now, and it's something about this person doesn't want you to create, right? Because if you're an earth sign or the person is an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, very significant. Hands are used to create. Your hands is a part of your destiny. People read palms for a freaking living in regards to prophecy and prediction. Did somebody didn't want to see you manifest something in specific? And then it occurred to me, the black cat, the one in regards to luck expansion, Sagittarius. Sagittarius could be a prominent place of this person. You see, I just scratched my head. Sagittarius embodiment, thinking, the thinker. I had to think real hard about this shit because I was like, no. Because God know me and my temperament. Like, I ain't even going to hold you. God the type person in regards to me. Like, God will tell me what I pray to God and I tell him, let me know what I need to know on a need to know basis. Because God knows if I find something out before I know how to like to either protect myself or before I know how to amicably make the best out of the scenario, God know I'm a flip out. No pun intended. I'm a wild out. No Nick Cannon. I'm a like what? God know my type of rate. So so God waited for me to fully understand the scenario. So now, even that black hat that in regards to luck expansion, Sagittarius embodiment was on my upper region of my body, was up there. What was on my upper region of body. Now the main thing, so you got, because love interests have been known. So Venus placement is Taurus, Gemini, Libra, very significant. So like if you see anything in regards to those embodiments, like previously being like issue in your life, this is because this lover of yours and the spell work they was trying to do on you. Now, because they had to double down after that. It's like, I don't know if it's like in regards to misogyny. It's like this man did spell work on you. Maybe it works on other people or something like that. And there's like it's kind of like how dare you? How dare you break this spell I put on you? How dare you, woman? What? And it's like because they did some sort of voodoo or love work on you. You broke this shit because you're not interested in them. You went somewhere else or you're going somewhere else. And it's like that made them be like, you know what? I gotta do some more wicked shit. I gotta do something worse than a come to me spell. Like this is how this person was doubled down. And like the response they got is not what they wanted. I'm telling you. So like because like there's nothing wrong essentially with a come to me spell. You trying to attract a certain type of lover and stuff like that. But like if you gotta double down because you feel like common sense. Now, like I said, black is in regards to protection. Black is also in regards to death. Something about Scorpio embodiment, obviously. Um, bitch, you don't know my placements for real. Like, this is why I like astrology, because astrology really, woo, if you really know. So like, all glory be to God. All glory be to God. People, if you ever come across somebody and they be like, you're into astrology, that's not of God. Tell them read their Bible correctly, because God definitely know astrology. God, the angels know astrology. Let's start there. But anyway, all glory be to God and your your kingdom that helps me, and the people who inhabit it in your kingdom that helps me, especially angels. Now, like, love you guys. Now, this person, I don't know if they. Maybe this person could have been like overprotective. Either your previous lover or your current lover is very overprotective. It could be both. Um, it's something like also because like in that someone. All right, here's the parallel message. Your ex lover could have doubled down on that spell work on yours because they felt some type of way that you broke out of one day spell work, and they try to do death ritual on you or death magic or something like that. Meanwhile, your current lover is plotting on that wound, not in a negative connotation. Like this person could be like just thinking like they want to have a baby with you, they want to start a family, stuff like that. And this other lover that's doing the divination spell work is just like, what? Rubbish. God forbid. This person's like, what? You're interested in this person? God forbid. Like this person like your ex lover probably don't even like you for real. I'm not gonna say they don't like you, but this person probably don't even like you for real. Like because the way this person acting, it's more about their own ego. Ew. And there's that. Is there anything else I gotta talk about in regards to this message? All right, so let's go back. Remember I told y'all in regards to my previous ex lover, right? And that conversation we had, and we was in his business associate room, and I don't really fuck with him. I don't do business with him no more. So that his associate. So after that scenario, I tried to tell him right in 2024. I tried to tell my ex lover, that his business associate had a wandering eye, lustful eye for me, and it made me feel uncomfortable. And I kind of, as a woman, wanted him to do something about it. I didn't know what I wanted him to do. I was just thinking, like, have a conversation with him. Tell him like it's making me uncomfortable. Stop doing that shit. I don't even fuck with that man. I don't like, and it's really because like he would bring me around him, and then like I was trying to make good rapport with the people around him, with the business or however so. And so like I just really tried to inform him like yeah like informant, God forbid somebody might be informant. No, it's not informant. Something about somebody with earrings. Somebody might have your actual love interest might have earrings for you, or wear earrings, something like that. So, long story short, I tried to inform this person. This nigga was like, he didn't want nothing to do with it. I'm like, what? Like, I should have been stopped with this nigga. Like, and not how many months? Because that happened. I think it happened in April of 2025. So let's say I told this lover in November, December of 2024 that I had a bad feeling about his business associate. Could you like talk to him? I think he's attracted to me, and he's never made a move on me, but I think he's attracted to me. Well, actually, he did. Actually, he did. What had happened was there was a time where I was dating this said person, right? And he wasn't, to a certain extent, fulfilling his relationship duties. I guess like he wasn't doing what he had to do, and you know, put me in a compromising position because that business associate knew that me and my lover previously were on the best of terms, so there were certain things I didn't know. So the business associate took that into his own hands, knowing that I did not know certain information about my lover then previously. And then he made up this whole lie. He said he had like some this nigga said that he had some sort of like damn, you see how niggas is just like not all niggas but this particular nigga. This nigga said he had like some sort of business party where, you know, he was going to be like performing and doing something specific, and he was telling me that all his friends, including my previous love interest, were not supportive of him, and he just wished he had people to come and support him in this day where he was supposed to be celebrated. And I almost felt bad. I'm just like, you know what, let me come and show you support. I went over there. That nigga was not being celebrated. Nigga will not be celebrated. This nigga had no business being there. This nigga tried to buy me drinks, and then this nigga tried to kiss me. Now, I ain't gonna hold you. I did kiss a nigga back, but then I pushed that nigga off of me. I like it was yo. This shit some TV shit. I kissed him. I'm like you. I just remember he had kissed me. I kissed him back. Then I stopped. I just started looking down. I was just like, cause the nigga was like taller than me. I'm just started looking down. I'm just like, you know, I like your friend. I can't betray him like this. Talk about Nollywood. But I'm just like, you know, I'm like, you know, I like your friend. I can't do this, and I just stormed out of the, just stormed out of the scene. Like, but like also, we had made some content, some suggestive content together. Not no porn, God forbid. But we had made some suggestive content together, and it did. That was the first time I seen that my love interest did have some like jealousy concerns. Like I ain't gonna hold you as a woman. Like I don't get jealous of other women because of a man. It's more like in regards to like how we spend time together, quality time and stuff like that. So like, but him, that nigga seen some shit that he didn't like. This nigga was like calm as fuck, and I know that calmness because I know a calm mad because I can do a calm mad. So like I seen him, he was calm as fuck the whole time looking at him like this nigga mad, and that was in the intent of what was going on. But like in retrospect, I think God was trying to show him that scenario before I had that conversation with him that his business associate was attracted to me, and it wasn't a me thing, but because I was dating him, this nigga got so fucking mad at me rather than his business associate, because it was like I understood from his perspective, like don't put me in a compromising situation. But at the same time, if your nigga know, if your excuse me, if your business associate know that you're dating somebody, why the fuck would they put themselves in that? So when I did have that conversation with him, this nigga, I don't want nothing to do with that. What? What kind of man? So fast forward. So let's say I told this nigga about his business associate. Now this is after like the compromising position, but like we hadn't kissed or nothing like that. So like compromising situation happened. I was sitting on it a little bit. I was just I have to tell my lover, previous lover, about what was going on. I finally do so around November, December of 2024. This nigga's like, I don't want to hear that shit. I'm just like, dang. It made me feel bad for a little bit previously, but then I was like, you know what, fuck it. Then a scenario happens in April of 2025, and this nigga sexually abuses me. The business associate. The nigga who had the picture next to the white car. This was for your protection. Now, you're wondering, why am I saying all this? Fast forward to July of 2025. Cause this nigga, like, I feel like after that one, it's like somebody, you know, like be holding on to grudges over dumb shit. Like, and your intent is not coming from a bad place. I promise you. Your intent, like, if you're a supporter of my channel, your intent is not coming from a bad place when you say or do certain things. And sometimes God will use you to show somebody else certain things too. Because sometimes, like in that situation, when I was trying to tell somebody before something bad was going to happen, I didn't know it was going to happen to me previously. I didn't know. Fortunately for me, um, it's some shit, yo. So, like I'm saying, from that first scenario, when I kissed the nigga with the KBB, when it happened, I'm not gonna hold you. That business associate, he was too eager to tell this nigga in a public setting while I was there with other people that that he had kissed me. So I wasn't gonna say anything. I thought the nigga wanted to keep it a secret, whatever the case may be. Not that I wanted to, but I just knew, like let's be for real, it wasn't a good look. I just knew, I just knew a scenario like that was gonna happen. So it was like the nigga was trying to like spin the story. I peeped game. He was trying to spin the story. I'm like, man, listen, I'm gonna tell you what happened. This nigga standing right here. I'll tell you what happened. This is what happened. Matter of fact, here's the content. Let me show you the content. I'm telling you, I'm thinking platonic. There's no seriousness to this. I'm being very honest. Apologized. I'm like, this, I shouldn't have did that shit, but I didn't fuck this man. I didn't try to kiss this man. Blase, blase, blase. Nigga got mad. What I didn't know at the time is that nigga held on to that one scenario for months, going into a whole nother year. So the nigga thought, by to get back at me, he would put females around me. This is where I'm going to, back to that previous conversation. This nigga would bring females around me who were into polygamy, who were into how do you say it? The willingness to have threesomes, like I was not, to kind of like make me feel bad. And I didn't know that's what he was doing at the time, mind you. So when the so had happened, it made it like you would think I would stop hanging around them folks and stuff like that. But I felt like who the fuck is this nigga to assault me and think I'm not going to be around my nigga just because it's like. But you know, overall, I should just cancel them both out as terrible ass people. But anywho's, anywho's. So in July 2025. So, like I was saying, in the narration, this nigga would bring bitches around me who's into polygamy and stuff like that. But at the time, this nigga was telling me he was going, like, I'm thinking, this nigga start introducing me to, like, his close female friends and stuff like that. So I'm like, all right, let me get to know these females. First thing, thought in my mind, I never seen y'all bitches, never heard y'all names before be mentioned, nothing like that. I've been knowing this nigga almost, like, 2 years. Where the fuck y'all been at? This nigga don't talk about y'all. But they talking about, oh my God, like, but I knew one of the female friends, they didn't know nothing about me. The other female friend that been friends with the longest, I can tell he's been talking to this bitch about me. And I'm like, something not right. And she a Capricorn. And I have prominent Earth placement. So I'm like, me and her was like this. She had made one slick comment. And she was like, she was like, the nigga had told me something before I met her. He had said something like, don't put all your eggs in one basket or something like that, right? Which was a very insensitive joke, knowing what happened when I first met him. Anyways, well, not first met, when we got reconnected. And then when I met his like female friend for a very long time, duration they've been friends supposedly. She was saying something like, don't trust these niggas. They be fucking on everybody, anybody. And she like, I'm like, don't tell me that shit. I'm like, I don't believe that. I said. I told her straight to her face when she said that shit. I was like, if this nigga ever fucked on anybody else while he dated me, I would leave him. And she looked at me and saw I was serious. She just got her shit up and left. I was like, yo, what the fuck? This nigga was quiet the whole time. I'm like, yo, it's like I should just put the two together. So anyway, so she left early. That was God trying to tell me leave, leave this nigga, leave this nigga. I ain't leave this nigga. I'm like, nah. I'm like this. I'm thinking like, oh, like, you know, God bless her, like, because I'm thinking this bitch was hating or some shit like that. She wasn't. Like, she was trying to tell me what the fuck was actually going on. So she leave. I should have left with her. The funniest thing is, she had a best friend that was there, right? And the best friend don't got no. She ain't had no way home. All right. So when she got up to leave, I guess she had asked if she wanted to leave with her, and she said no. So this bitch left her other friend there with no way back home. And it wasn't like she left her. She asked if she wanted to leave with her. She's like, no, this bitch wanted to stay. And this God was just showing me like so many different scenarios at the same time. Long story short, there was another bitch that was there. The bitch was a Gemini. I don't give a fuck. I'm not letting this situation go at all. God knows how I feel about the situation. God knows what I said in my prayers. God knows what I need to be done to this bitch. This bitch, another bitch, just like the other bitch. Like, this nigga was calling them friends, but, like, they didn't know each other for that long. They didn't know, like I realized that after the fact. They didn't know each other for that long. He just knew that one female and that left early, mind you. So, there's a Gemini bitch there. She quiet as fuck. So pretty. So this female is so pretty, right? She is lighter complexion, but like she's like a baby doll. Like I'm not saying she didn't look like she like do something to somebody, but she just looked like she just looked like she's supposed to comport herself a certain type of way. So nobody was talking to her, and I like me. I'm that person. I don't like when people single people out and they just leave them, isolate them, stuff like that. I should have realized people not talking to her because her personality is something about her that's wrong as fuck. So I started talking to her because everybody was leaving her to herself. So I started talking to her. We talking. It's kind of like, but like I'm just like I'm like me. She just need to warm up to everybody. She then started getting bold. So she started like because we had left. Everybody had left her in the building. We went outside, and because we were doing festivities and stuff like that. She finally gained the courage to come outside. She's still quiet. We still trying to talk to her. We trying to get whatever. We trying to get whatever. This nigga had did something. I was watching him doing the shit that he was doing. He had did something. I'm like, yo, I feel like he doing some spell work, but I can't really put my finger on it. But it was like in my mind. But I'm like, nah, red flag. I'm like, disregard. Fast forward. So fast forward. Niggas was drinking. Niggas was eating. This and third. Drinks was gone. Drinks was gone. Instead, this nigga going to go get some drinks. I'm like, all right. I offered to go get some drinks. I went to go get some drinks. I went to go get some drinks. Everybody pouring up the drink by the time I get back. Like, so I get back to the vicinity. I don't know what happened in between time, whatever the case may be. I came back with the drinks. Mind you, Sagittarius environment. So it was like, I was about to learn some shit that day. So, learn from experience. I came with the drinks. Everybody like, it's lit, it's lit, it's lit. The Gemini bitch, she's like, nah, I don't want no liquor. Real talk. I've learned from experience. Somebody say they don't want a shot, they don't want to drink. Do not force them. Do not force them. Cause not everybody is happy drunks. You know what I'm saying? So like, niggas is taking shots to play. The nigga I was dating, my love interest. He like, nah. He's forcing. Like he literally forced it. She said she want to take a drink. She didn't want to take a drink. He said, nah, take the drink. She said, no, I want to take the drink. He's like, nah, take the drink. She's like, all right. I'm looking at this shit. I'm like, why the fuck is you trying to Anywho's. But mind you, a similar situation happened previously with me, and this nigga tried to get me to drink a whole bottle of liquor. I'm not gonna get into it. I'm not going into it because this is just too much rubbish. God forbid on my life and my body. Now, the bitch started taking a drink. Mind you, it's not a live drink, but she started taking a drink. Mind you, after she said she didn't want to take no drink. Niggas do not know why she said she did not want to take a drink. I already know there's a few different answers after why she didn't want to take that drink. If you drink for real, you know. Somebody say they don't want to drink, do not force them. You know that saying that they be saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. He give this bitch something the drink. She drinking it. She sipping on it. I'm lit. Yeah. We was joking, whatever the case may be. This is the funny part. We was joking, whatever the case may be. And about me and the other girl that was there, not the Gemini bitch. Me and the other girl, we joking and talk about how our lace, because we had wigs on, our lace was lifting up, and niggas, whatever the case may be. And that is when the business associate walks in. Business associate walks in. I'm like, fuck. Like, I'm just like, I don't fuck with this nigga. I'm like, I just bought drinks. Now, a part of me wanted me, like, all right. We was in such a good mood. We was having so much fun. When that nigga had walked in, this nigga started pouring up the drink from the bottle I bought. So everything in me wanted to scream, nigga, don't touch that shit. But we was having such a good time. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about this nigga. He want to take some of the drink. I don't give a fuck. Whatever, care. I don't care. So me and the other girl, we joking about our lace lifting up. And I'm like, man, I don't care. I'll take my shirt and then like use it as like a headband or whatever like that so I can get my lace to stay down. So I go do that shit. I'm in the mirror previously, like looking. I'm like, yo, I look like a ninja warrior or something like that. I'm like, yo, why am I looking like this? I'm just joking with myself, whatever it can be. I get back into the room. The business associate brought some like hood ass, ghetto ass bitch. No fun, no shade to who you are. Cause I knew of one of the girls he had there, but like for a common theme after like the assault had happened, he kept like every time I came to events and he was there, he'll be like. He'll be young. He'll bring like additional ghetto ratchet female with him, and then he'll be like, "Yeah, I know somebody. I need you to go beat up. I know somebody. I need you to go beat up." And I'll be looking like I know you're talking about me, but I know you're not talking about me because I'll yell rapist in front of everybody right now. So So like the girl came into the room. When I seen the girl, I know what she came like when I she came from an era of when bitches used to be jumping bitches and shit like that. So like when I seen her, I'm like, this energy, I don't really know. The nigga, by the time I started thinking that shit, the nigga was like, hey, let's go to the club. Nobody wanted to go to the club. Nobody wanted to go to the club. This nigga, I don't know what the fuck he did. He didn't convince everybody to go to the club. He didn't convince everybody to go to the club. Now, in my spirit, I was like, I shouldn't go to this club because I shouldn't be partying with my abuser. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, nah, I'm having fun. Ain't nothing bad gonna happen. This and that. The whole time I'm like something not right. The whole time I'm like something not right. All day I'm like something not right. Especially when I came in contact with the gym. I mean, I really was thinking something not right when the Gemini girl was like, she didn't want to drink. I knew something was wrong because she was like, I didn't know if she wanted to be the only sober person there or something was going on. I don't know. So the business associate was like, all right, before we go to the club, everybody come to my room. Mind you, I don't want to be in the abuser's room. But my love interest like, yeah, let's go, let's go. So I'm just like, I don't want to be the party pooper. Let's go to this other room. I'm like, and in my mind, I'm kind of like, I'm like, chin up. You know, I'm thinking that type of vibe. We go to the other room. My love interest sitting down. The Gemini bitch go and lay her head on this nigga shoulder and just smiling. Like, I'm just like, I'm like, all right, little sis, big bro vibes. I'm like, I'm like, all right, all right. In that moment, because the real me, because like, I was trying to conceal it. I was like, because I don't want to come off that certain type of bitch, like or insecure or anything like that. The real me, I would have been like, what the fuck is this going on? But I was like, let me calm it because I don't want to be seen as the angry black woman. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't want to be viewed as insecure because that's not what it is. Now, whole time I ain't gonna hold you. The nigga like my love interest, he was on his phone. He was on his phone for dear life. He was like, this bitch better the fuck not talking about me, but talking about the Gemini bitch. He was on the phone like, bitch, don't even look my way. Don't touch me. Like he's like, he was making it known to me like through body language, like I don't got nothing to do with that. I did not tell the. He was on his phone like I did not tell that girl to put her head on my shoulder like that. And I'm like, T. So I'm like, all right, Brandon. I'm like, all right, because I know, for the most part, I know the nigga. I'm like, all right, I know his body language. He's not in agreement with this, but he's not trying to be rude either. So I'm all right. So everybody, love interest, business partner, I'm a business associate, all them, the other girl, they all leave out the room because we about to go to the club. And the last person to get up was the Gemini. So I was like, let me take this opportunity to talk to the Gemini. So I'm like, Gemini, how long have you been knowing such and such? I never said that was my love interest. She don't know that. The other girl knew that. She didn't know that was my love interest. I never said anything was going on. All I asked her was, how long have you been knowing such and such, my love interest? But yeah, by because and also on top of that, I was using my words carefully because I didn't want it to be interpreted as something else. So like earlier in the day when she had came outside, we had a conversation about how long we've all known each other, what schools we had went to and stuff, so on and so forth. So I was trying to piggyback off that question, and I'm like, yeah. So how long have you known such and such? I kid, yo, yo. Long story short, this bitch started wailing. I'm missing. Who you think you is? Da, 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 da. Let's start wailing. It was so uncalled for. I know I've talked about it before, but it was so uncalled for. Fast forward, the girl ended up assaulting me. I ain't even gonna hold you. And then on top of that, I mistook her for somebody else. She looked so similar to somebody else that I thought like one of my relatives. So I'm like, and it was a whole other scenario going on with them. So I could not fight her. Like literally, I could not fight her based on the legality of things. So I thought I'm thinking she's somebody else. So I literally let this girl like try to punch and beat on me. God forbid on my life, cause I thought she was somebody else. I thought she was family. I thought she was family, and I couldn't do so. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. So literally, all I did was protecting myself, and I was just like blocking her hits. I'm just like, all right. And I tried to talk. I tried to mediate the conversation. You know, when somebody is just so irate and so ignorant and so like not emotionally intelligent to the fact that like they just act without thinking. That's the type of time she was on. Nothing I was saying was making sense to her. I was literally telling her, like, I'm not trying to do what you're saying I'm trying to do to you. I understand why you feel the way. I'm literally talking to her. I understand why you feel the way that you're feeling. This at that. It was even making her more mad. That was making sense. Yo, at that point, I was like, to be honest, when she started going off, when she started like wowing the first time, in that conversation I had with her previously, the first thing I thought to myself, I'm like, oh my god, she's possessed. No funny. The way she went from like the way she was just triggered by a question like that, and in all honesty, I didn't understand it because why are you so bad? You saying that you're this nigga friend. This nigga friend didn't tell you to come fight me. If anything, the love interest came and tried to protect me and was like, no, you were not fighting her. And then, but she just kept going on, so she wanted to fight me and saw me. And I'm just thinking like this supposed to be at the time. I'm thinking that she never answered the question how long they was friends and that like that. So I'm like, how the fuck it look me fighting his friend? And then for the day it was like a celebratory day. So I'm like, oh fuck no, y'all not about to say Jess the one. Y'all about to say most of me the one that started this shit. Y'all not about to say none of that. So I basically let her like for the most part beat me up, but she ain't like. But I was protecting myself so she wouldn't hurt me. When I say there was not a, the only thing she had was like you probably see it here is healing up. I had like she scratched my neck. That was the only thing that was on my body that she ever did any damage to. She was trying to hit me in my head, and I'm just like, bitch. And that had to do with like a Sagittarius environment. It's like, bitch, you gonna learn the hard way if I had to go through this. So like, and the funniest thing is, before all that shit happened, I remember this bitch saying like. She was talking to my love interest. She was like, mind you, I didn't know they was linking up before the fact. I didn't know they was friends, nothing like that, right? I remember she was like, remember the last time I was over here with y'all? She was like, I almost got to a car accident last time. Yo, I was like, that's when I knew something was up. This was right before the whole fighting scenario happened previously. So I'm like, that was nothing but God because it's certain things that happen to certain people, and I know what I know. So I was just like, bitch, you just want to learn the hard way. So like, as she was like fighting me, right, and we was on the ground. Why the business associate, the sexual defiant person? Why did he pull up with the phone? Everybody else is shook. Everybody, because there's certain things people know about me, knowingly or unknowingly. Like the girl I just had met like a day or 2 days ago that was there, she was shook. My love interest shook. He couldn't even move. His face expression. I was this bitch fighting me. I'm looking at yo. It was the funniest thing because like the business associate came out with his phone. He was over me recording this shit. I'm like, nigga, thank you. I'm like, cause like we was fighting, but I'm protecting myself. Where the case may be. And I just see a flash of light. I'm like, so in my mind, I'm like, yo, niggas recording. I wanted to know specifically who was trying to record that shit. So because I was like, it's gonna be up for you now. I look up. This bitch still trying to fight me. I'm looking up. I'm blocking this shit. I'm blocking this shit. I'm blocking this shit. I look up. It's my abuser recording shit. So to this day, like if I ever see that video, I need to see what my face looked like because the intensity of anger that was directed at the camera and that man, is unfathomable. Cause like this bitch fighting me, I don't give a fuck about what's going on. I'm just looking at my abuser like you fucking bitch. You fucking bitch. She's like, I'm just looking at like, nigga, wait till I get up. I'm like, post that shit if you want to. That's why I was looking at that nigga, like, post that shit if you want to, nigga. You gonna die. Woo! I can laugh about it now. Back then, I was so mad that I was so mad. I was mad because I did. Do you know the level of mad you gotta be to know somebody want to fight you? Tell them you don't want to fight because the situation don't make no sense. Then the person still fights you anyways after you tell them I don't want to fight you, I'm not doing this, and then your abuser come up and start recording this shit. You cannot. You cannot make this up. Life a movie. So like, God forbid all the negative part because like my life a movie because like the aftermath of what happened when people do stuff to me is crazy too. Also, you think the story is crazy? What happens to my enemies after the fact is wild. So like. Mind you, the bitch that assaulted me was talking about last time. She came across my previous nigga. Like she almost fucking died and lost her life. Let's because like bitch stop. Because my whole thing with that female was even shitting on him or something like that, or was plotting on dudes. So it's just like girl, like bitch, no. So like fast forward, fast forward. Like it was. I mean, I just leave the story right there because that shit. So what I got from that scenario, I'll say this, right? Remember when I was saying like, all right, so me and the girl who was fighting me, the girl would fight me for no reason. Mind you, that abusive guy, the business associate, he was going around trying to find people to fight me to begin with, anyways, and nobody was willing to do the shit. I don't know if it's like because I don't know if it's in regards to like career niche and stuff like that. It's like I don't want to say hierarchy or nothing like that. It's like when you in a certain, it's like how I say it. I need a really good. This is like all right. For example, you know how everybody be scared of Beyonce. It's like somebody coming up. It's like all right. Perfect example. Lil Mama. Remember Lil Mama went on stage with Jay Z and Alicia Keys, and she did that shit, and then she was never to be found again because it's like it's just certain people you just don't do certain shit to. So I think like while this nigga was trying to recruit people to go against me or whatever the case may be, they all like just kind of intuitively known or God showed them like no. And then you got this random bitch we never seen before calling this nigga, my previous love interest, her friend, or whatever the case may be. Love interest tried to defuse the situation. Was like, no, you're not gonna fight her, basically, without any words, really. And she still went. Dude, that's not your friend. That's not your lover neither. But that's not your friend because a real friend would have known when you tried to say no, don't fight. That was. You understand what I'm saying? So when the girl did assault me, basically because I didn't want to fight, and she still swung on me. Well, I was in the middle of me talking to her, by the way. In the middle of me talking to her, being the voice of reason, swung on me, and that is like a correlation to like, you know, people take people kindness for weakness sometimes, or people think you're naive because you're kind, and that's not the case, you know. Also, being that voice of reason sometimes people don't want to hear it, and sometimes that's how people react. Like, unfortunately for them, and they try to pull you into their shit, and they burdens, God forbid, on my life. So like, while the girl was fighting me on the ground and was on top of me, right, and that abuser was recording me. The first thing, like, it didn't come to mind then, but now I'm doing the channel message, is that conversation I had with my lover about the porno stash and the and how we had that in common, and about threesomes and this and that, because that friend, either, I don't know what's going on with that. Only God would know in that scenario. I don't know if they was really just friends or not, or what the case was going on, or even if she was just interested in a guy with that. You see what a bitch is willing to do. I just did a channel message yesterday. I'm like, a real man knows. A man knows a woman who's a housewife. A man knows a woman that's a hoe. And the hoe is willing to do any and everything to keep a man of affluence. And that's what we was talking about in the previous message. So this bitch, the Gemini, was considered a hoe. And I felt like that's very, 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 very offensive because I'm a Venus placement. Like, bitch, don't be trying to make us have a bad look to us. You know what I'm saying? But this bitch was doing all that just to claim this nigga as a friend, and this nigga was like, "Don't fight her." You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, bitch, you're fucked up. You're dead wrong. And but like, what I'm trying to say is though, like, while she was on top of me, it's like that symbolic thing that happened in the dream in regards to that black cat, because that black cat was like, it's kind of like for your protection, like, let me, like, because that the abuser was recording, that's where the porno scenario came from, but like it's like, this is for your protection. The bit from the point of view of the abuser, I abused you, but I want to hurt you so you don't say anything. But this is for your protection. So you learn your lesson. Don't tell nobody I abused you, looking at your grown ass age as a man. To somebody that, you know, like, to be at the age of accountability, past the age of 21, and going out your way to abuse people, and there's things such as a HOE out there, many of them who are willing to do shit just like that friend, that Gemini woman previously was trying to do, and that's enough. It's like, why, like, but we know some abusers, they have their kinks. Well, I'm not trying to get into that, but what I'm saying is like, that was an abusive tactic shown for real. And I just remember, like, because I had told my partner somewhat of what was going on previously when that was going on. And it's like, you know, it's always that he said, she said thing. But, like, in that scenario, if you have a spiritual eye to see what the fuck was really going on, that shit, it was like, it was exposed. While the nigga thought it was funny to record me at a time where, you know, I needed help, or it was wrong what was going on. The nigga thought these niggas is thinking long and hard about some dumb shit they didn't do to you, and myself included. All glory be to God, because the what's going to happen to said people is going to be based on how they handled each scenario. Now I did my due diligence after the peep game. After that woman assaulted me, I had all rights to go look into her birth chart. So I did. This bitch was a Gemini sun with a Pisces moon, 12 house placement in moon. Yo, that's somebody relative. That's somebody relative that been somebody relative that you was dating, been spiritually attacking them as their own child, and this could have been happening to you also. And it's like this relative, like you could have had a relative that was trying to spiritually attack you, and then your love interest, even if it was an ex lover, had a relative that was spiritually attacking them too, and it's like unfortunate for them. You had to be used as a proper tool for like these things to be brought um to enlightenment of said you, the person, people involved. When I say this was like this scratch was the only thing this girl had on me, and everything else was the ground. I'm just like, dang. And it's so funny because I was talking about this with God the other day, because like now I also had an they were doing like a Q&A at church not too long ago, and we was talking about how to know when you're in the right and wrong relationships and something to that extent, right? And we were giving our own examples of what happened, this and that. Third. And I was telling them about this is not funny, but like I didn't know. Like, I used to date this atheist, and I didn't know. And then they would ask me like, um, what made you like, why do you think they would ask me like, why do you think that the atheist decided to date you and stay in that relationship for as long as y'all was in a relationship? I was like, you know, honestly, even though this person didn't believe in God, they probably was seeing the testimony on my life, so they wanted to attach that energy. And when you're in a relationship, marriage is the best example. Um, whatever one person does affects the other person. All right, not infects. I'm saying affects. Like so, like in regards to relationships stuff like that, it's like it was so funny because like my romantic partner was so nervous, so scared when everything was going on. We was fighting and everything like that. But as soon as I got up, I was mad as fuck. I ain't gonna hold you. I got up, I was mad. I was saying shit to nobody. This niggas just start getting so happy, so happy, so happy. Like, all right, it's over. Ha, ha, ha. Like, and I was even so mad at that because I'm like, you dumb ass nigga. What happens to me is going to happen to you. Why are you not understanding? And then like I'm just trying to oh my god, because I didn't know if it was directly or indirectly this nigga wanted this bitch to come fight me, like just out of spiritual context. So I was just like, I'm like, nigga, like literally, like you don't even know, because like if I leave out of this partnership, you're going to like that. What happened to me is going to some way spiritually, energetically happen to you. I don't want that for you because I care for you because I'm actually a good person and you know significant other. But I will not carry your burden. Like so, all I kept hearing today was it's about to go down. In the message, woo.